It's Easter Sunday. It's 8:35 a.m. All right, 8:35 a.m. Easter Sunday. This is time. And I got more time than y'all got dirty money. Time on my hands could be time spent with people I love. You feel what I'm saying? I spend my time, my activism, 24/7, 365. I'm married to the streets. Anything else is a mistress, and this ain't no mystery. This is leaders of a beautiful struggle. Lady Breon, the Maryland Black Arts District, is making a documentary about race and racism. Racism don't work without black cooperation, but it ain't gonna end without white participation. See the date? 4/6/2007. All right, April of 2011. So we about some years ago, almost, long time ago. All right, almost 20 years. And it was a program I gave you, the Get Shorty program. Judge Foreman, Larry Leather, Bobby Thompson, Sheriff Fisher, self-representation. All right, and that's the case right there, 0886 CF498. It was about the war on drugs, mass incarceration in your prison industry. And that's notarized. Starbucks and Shorty, we got a hell of a story. These are the supporters of Shorties, all right? The people that support Shorty. We are also employing any and all appropriate officials in the state of Maryland to assist Shorties in its efforts for justice in Illinois. Like I said, racism don't work without black cooperation, but it ain't gonna end without white participation. These are my white friends, and these are our elected officials. These are our elected officials. And that's me, Get Shorty, 2006. It's me and the Baltimore Orioles. Put me in, coach. I'm ready to play. That's me and President Trump cut out at the White House, all right, in the toilet. Like I said, it's my political soapbox. Do blacks have rights in which white America respects?
No, no, no. 1,000 times no.
So if you want to hide something, hide it in a book. This is Greg Bernstein. I gave this to Greg Bernstein on February the 2nd, 2011. 5 days later, y'all charged me with terrorism and locked me up. I'm an activist in Baltimore, and my activism is documented. That's my Storm Falls Road, April of 2007, all right? And that's the case right there, 07CF4988. That's from David Irwin, all right? David Irwin wrote that letter, so get a copy of that letter. I was innocent of those charges. So y'all have knowingly brought false information to get an indictment with the grand jury. You used that case, and that case says that I was innocent. It's Governor Westmore looking for exoneration of the Supreme Court. It's the golden apple, the golden time of day. The world is watching, so I'm going to give them something to see. You want to save a cop's life? End the war on drugs. How can you ask police officers to be the last one to die for a mistake? That's the Baltimore Sun, Neil Franklin. And me and Neil Franklin was on the panel together. All right? Neil Franklin and Shorty. And you can read the article in the Baltimore Sun. And that was that was when I got locked up. I'm about ending the war on drugs. That's what I went to jail for. N62528. State Illinois versus Dwayne Davis. I want to save a kid's life. I want to save our community. That's Linda Dodge from Parole and Probation and Mr. McGee, all right? And they got my paperwork. That's Jeremy Stemick. He paid $40,000 to make his case go away in Lake County, Illinois. Judge Phillip, all right? And Allen was his lawyer. Sean Moore, Chief of Staff. Peter Raskin, all right? At the Cannon Building. So Peter Raskin, that ain't Raskin. All right, that's the number. These are the numbers. Valerie Fox from PNC Bank. These were my customers. I was insured for $1 million against terrorist activity. With Insurance Incorporated, the state of Maryland never paid that policy off. You feel me? That's Leon Rockingham Jr., the mayor of North Chicago. All right? Patrolman Ray Jones. He retired now. You feel me? That's a birth certificate. And like I said, racism don't work without black cooperation, but it ain't gonna end without white participation. That birth certificate says I'm white. I was born in 1959. You feel me? I was born in 1959. That's my birth certificate. Legal. You feel me? And this is to prove I was making a movie. Commode Emotion. Legal. All right? Legal. Again, do blacks have rights from which right America respects?
No.
That's the Westboro Baptist Church. Freedom of speech. See the date? March 3rd, 2011. So we're going to do it again. If it ain't broke, you ain't got to fix it. But the system is broken, and it's time to fix it. That's Governor Westmore. That's President Trump. And that's Jack Young. That's the Baltimore Orioles. Put me in, coach. I'm ready to play. That's Brooke Learman. And we talking about the Legacy Museum. We traded the penitentiary for the plantation cotton for cocaine in our communities, the cash crop. That's Raskin. That's also Brooke. And that's President Trump and Casa. Because I stand with Casa. You feel me? Poquito negro loco en la cabeza. I stand with Casa. I stand with Palestine. I stand with oppressed people. Because that's what Martin taught me. That's what Malcolm taught me. We ain't got no more Malcolms. We ain't got no more Martins. We got self-serving demigods. And President Trump is a self-serving demigod. That's me. 1997 when I opened up my store on Falls Road. See the two grills? I'm still working with two grills. I'm starting all over again. This is me in 2006. Like I said, time. I gave you an anti-violence program. I gave it to Marilyn Mosby when she was sitting in that seat. And the Supreme Court got it right here. Dwayne Davis, Falls Road, State of Illinois versus Dwayne Davis. I am Dred Scott, 2025. Do blacks have rights in which white America respects? I'm a member of Out for Justice. If you go to Trina from Out for Justice, get all my storyboards from Trina. That's Governor Westmore. These are our elected officials. In 2025, I asked for exoneration of the Supreme Court and our elected officials that didn't open their mouth. You feel me? Nobody said anything about my illegal incarceration. I talked to these representatives. That black girl magic caused a lot of black men pain. You feel me? That's Ivan Bates. So everything Ivan Bates got, he got to turn over. That's President Trump. I'm not Garcia. I'm a free black man living in white America. And Vanessa Attenbury got my paperwork. You feel me? Senator Antonio Hayes got my book, I Am Dred Scott. And we got recorded phone calls with Ivan Bates. We talking about consent to be videotaped. All right, that's WJZ. So I'm going to show you the role of media plays in misinformation. That's Dwayne G. Davis, parole and probation, Linda Dodge. And I need everything Linda Dodge got for the public to see. I need WJZ to play the whole hour-and-a-half interview with Adam May and Shorty at Spring Grove Medical Facility. That's the 2025 legislative priorities, and these are your elected officials. That's Mayor Brandon Scott, and that's Jim Jordan from the House Judiciary Committee. All right, Dwayne G. Davis is a resident of the Maryland 7th Congressional District who seeks to come before the committee, the Judiciary Committee and House Representatives. All right, and that's Kwasi Mfume. He wrote me that letter in 2007. This is parole and probation, 2013. Like I said, get my information from Vanessa Attenbury. Social media for social change. I don't need 1 million people to march. I need 1 million people to pay attention. It's Facebook and Twitter. Google and Bing me. I'm not hard to find. That's Eleanor McMillan. All right. Like I said, I was making a movie, Letters Design, and that's my cameraman, James Pride. Letters Design. So you go to Speaker Jones, you go to Raskin, you go to Steny Hoyer, you go to Also Brooks, you go to Carl, you go to these representatives, because right here is my letter to Governor Westmore. All right, the state of Maryland owes me $250 million in intellectual property. All right, you took DVDs, you destroyed evidence, you got 13 movies that you took. $250 million. President Obama, Senator Obama asked for an investigation. These are your elected officials. I'm looking for exoneration, and it's right there. Or writ of certiorari, and it's right here. So if you go to Kalen Young, he got my paperwork. Delegate Smith got my paperwork. Corey McCray, been pushing them buttons. That's 2025. Go to Sheila Roof, she got the books. McCaskill's a witness. and Sitnor said go to the grand jury. And this is the case right here, 07C 4988. I never got my property back. You destroyed property in Illinois, and you knowingly lied to the grand jury here, presented false evidence. That's the Baltimore Sun, the Waukegan News Sun, a media affiliate, all right, 2011. And that's Miss Gion making a movie in against the law. You feel me? That's the Maryland Arts Day, art and activism. Art and activism. That's the Department of Justice and State Attorney Marilyn Mosby. That's Marilyn Mosby. That's how long she had it. Y'all like pictures and photo ops. That's also Brooks. I do too. And I got pictures of all of y'all. Get the big picture? I'm still cooking. I still got 2 grills. And I'm still Shorty. Shorty's from 1997 and Shorty now. And that's Shorty's now. You feel me? Shorty's bootleg barbecue. So good I'm illegal. I'm out $250 million in intellectual property about making a documentary about Baltimore. David Simon owns the Baltimore Banner. David Smith owns the Baltimore Sun. That's white people running a black city and telling stories about black people that are lies. You feel me? The Baltimore Beat told the truth. So I'm rolling with the beat because the beat goes on. N62528. Google that case, State Illinois versus Dwayne Davis. It's about the war on drugs that address the violence that's going on now. Shorty's bootleg barbecue. It's the good in the hood. So good I'm illegal. Shorty, pull your mask up? No, Shorty stopped shitting on me. Brandon Scott bought a toilet, paid $25 for it. You feel me? That's Gov.O'Malley and Shorty. And that's Get Shorty right there. So let's see the big picture. See the big picture? It's an A-frame, because I got a lot of shit to talk about. Public safeties and corrections. Social media for social change. I don't need 1 million people to march. I need 1 million people to pay attention. We talking about mass incarceration in your prison industry. You feel me? Mass incarceration in your prison industry. These are the cases. And that's timestamp from the States Attorney's Office. We are employing any and all appropriate officials in the state of Maryland to assist Shorty in his justice in Illinois. That's Anthony Brown, the Attorney General. That's Mayor Brandon Scott. And this is the learning tree. This is the learning tree. Tick tock, it's time to tell the truth. Time on my hands could be time spent with my family. From 2007 to now, my store on Falls Road, leaders of a beautiful struggle. Yeah, what direction are you leading us in? Since 2007, that's how long I've been doing this. It's documented. That's Mark Conway Jr. And that's City Paper Heroes. Because they called me a hero.